Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for today's case I'm going to be talking to you about is the Buchanan family murders. So Nolan Buchanan was just 16 years old when he murdered his entire family. This was in California. According to the court documents, Nolan would open fire on his father, stepmother, younger half-brother before setting the cabin on fire. This teen killer would be tried as an adult and after being convicted of the four murders would be sentenced to the 150 years in prison. So his name is Nolan Keith Buchanan. He was age 16 when he had got um, into this situation. So he is age 20 roughly now. He was admitted on 7th of the 25th, 2018, and his current location is Ironwood State Prison. His parole eligible date is 10th of 2039. The Benicia teen who was accused of shooting and killing his father's fiance, and 8-year-old half-brother, and then burning their bodies, was convicted of the murders in El Dorado County Superior Court on Wednesday. Jury deliberated for 2 hours before returning the verdict. The El Dorado County District Attorney said in a press release on morning of September the 13th, 2015. The then 16-year-old Nolan Buchanan used a .22 caliber rifle to shoot his father, Adam Buchanan, 38, his fiancée Molly McAfee, 37, and his 8-year-old son, their 8-year-old son Gavin, at their vacation cabin along Highway 193 in Greenwood. He then doused the bodies and the cabin in gasoline and set them ablaze, burning the cabin to the ground. And this is what the district attorney's office had said. Buchanan drove his family's truck back to their home in Benicia and denied being at the cabin that weekend. In court, he said his father shot his stepmother and half-brother and tried to shoot him. But Buchanan said he wrestled the gun away from his father and shot him in self-defense. September the 13th, 2015 was the worst day in the lives of Molly McAfee, Adam and Gavin Buchanan. They lost a son, grandson, sister, daughter, aunt, nephew, cousin, and their lives will forever be haunted by the heinous acts of another relative, Nolan Buchanan. It was a very emotional afternoon in El Dorado County Superior Court. Judge Suzanne Kingsbury Court on Thursday during the sentencing of the now 18-year-old responsible for the shooting of his father's fiancée and the 8-year-old brother, then setting their cabin on fire in Greenwood in California. June the 13th, a South Lake Tahoe jury found Benicia, California teen Nolan Buchanan guilty on 3 counts of first-degree murder and 3 special allegations that he personally used a firearm with intent to discharge, causing death, used a firearm in a violent offence, and used a firearm to cause great bodily injury. I don't think any other case has affected me more than this one, said Judge Kingsbury, who has spent decades on the bench and in the district attorney's office. This is a case that has impacted me. As family members got up to read their victim statements to the court, Nolan Buchanan sat straight in his seat between his lawyers, dressed in a prison orange jumpsuit and a new jailhouse haircut. He stared straight ahead at his grandfather, and Molly's parents and sister got up to speak. They spoke of their lives, once filled with happiness and family, but now filled with sleepless nights, PTSD, depression, sadness, depression again, and despair. In sentencing, Kingsbury described this law and California SB 394 in how she arrived at her decision. Had Nolan been older when he was committed the murders, he would not be seeing any chance of getting out of prison in this lifetime. But the passage of SB 394 in October 2017, Nolan will have the chance at parole. Kingsbury reflected on home life Nolan was faced with. Once when his dad was both verbally and physically abused him and emotionally abused he lived with inside a chaotic house. She also spoke about the premeditation of the murders and subsequent fire and his calculated method in which he used his friends to cover for him. Plan for a future as taking over a family business and home as a 16-year-old, an entitled way of reenacting while in his juvenile treatment centre in South Lake Tahoe after his arrest, lacking ability to follow any rules. The judge sentenced Nolan Buchannan to 150 years in prison for 3 counts of murder, 3 special allegations, but if approved, he could get out on parole within 25 years due to the Senate bill and Supreme Court rulings for minors that commit felonies. He gets credit for 1,016 days that have been served. He will have a chance to rehabilitate, said the judge. It's up to him. Everybody has a capacity to change, Judge Kingsbury told Nolan. I hope you do everything in your power to do so. If he ever does parole out of prison, he will face hefty amounts of resuscitation to the victims and the court, and total unknown at this time. Buchanan can appeal decision within the next 60 days. In the meantime, he is being transferred to the Duell Vocational Institution in Tracy in California. Okay then everyone, so that is the case of the Buchanan family murders. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I see you all again next time. Take care. Bye bye.